GM, how's it going? My name's Jamin, and we had a really fun base on-chain summer hackathon. We built a Farcaster frame that's a quiz, which allowed people to uncover really interesting experiments and apps within the Farcaster and base ecosystems. And beyond that, we wanted to create a pretty fun gamified mechanic to report on the apps that you actually use within Farcaster and base. So how did we do that? Well, once we'd onboarded people to the frame, which had some degen rewards, it was 9 questions, and I'll take you through that in a second. We also had a fun degen hat stealing game. So it works similarly to Yoink, if you've ever used it. You can steal this hat, but you do it from the front end of different protocols using an extension that we've built. So we've got a wider extension, which allows you to bridge, swap, and also chat from every interface. And we built some really cool, kind of Farcaster things into it. So I'll take you to the frame and how it works. So I think you know Farcaster. We got some decent degen rewards. This is how you start the quiz. Let's play now. I'm not going to take you through every question because there's 9. But you have to visit the website that the question's on with the extension downloaded, and then you'll be given the question. So here, the first question, it's on Yoink. And we can go to Yoink. It's a fun game where you basically steal the flag, and there's no real incentive to do it apart from the fact that you have the flag, and that's a cool thing to have. Built by Horsefacts. And the question here will appear from this extension that we built. So, we've got this Caddi extension. We can hit, if you know, which is the chat box, who yoinks the most. So it's very simple. This is the user that yoinks the most, and you go and submit the question on here like this. So we submit. Let's skip through the questions. We will highlight some of the interesting ones, but each question is a way to discover something cool. So this question is on degen tips. The next question, that will be on Farcaster Dune. It's about DAUs on Farcaster at the moment. So it actually, takes users to go and uncover some things, within Dracula, and looking at drip holders and to highlight what's actually cool in the ecosystem. So maybe there's an app that you haven't used before. DevCon, it's an awesome conference in Bangkok. The question here is to look at, the dates for getting tickets. So here we can see what's the date discounted tickets open. You can find that out from going to the ticket section here. And that's discounted tickets, 9th of July. So it gives you a way to answer that. We'll skip through, and we had some awesome results. We had it was over 350 people participate in the quiz. And, there was a question on Find My Killer, who actually won the competition, the biggest meme coin on base as well, Brett. And Alpha Friends. So this is kind of a cool question where you actually have to go and interact with the app to get the answer. And we've asked the question on, what was the first message from the chat room that I created? And you have to go and use degen X on degen chain, use the Alpha Friends wallet, and then subscribe to one of the chat rooms to go and answer that question. And the last question was also on Pearl. So I'll just show you the results. We had Jaw come in top place, Kelly Kim, NF Thinker, Shimrud, and 0x Jeff. And we had a really cool referral mechanism where you can refer for every user that finishes the quiz, you get 10 extra points. And we also had an NFT that you can mint as well. So that was on Zora. That was pretty fun. It's a robot pushing a golf ball into a hole. There we go. Hole in one. And so the other part of this, this whole kind of experiment was to allow users to discover each other, but also to discover really cool apps through a channel that we created. So if I go to Alpha Friends, we can see on this tab, there's actually a degen hat. So 0x Jeff is currently holding the hat, but I can steal it from him. And what does this mean? It's very similar to Yoink. And why are we doing this? It's what we see as the lowest friction way for a user to kind of report the apps that they're using. Let's say you're really into social fi. So you might discover Alpha Friends, and there might be other experiments that, you're looking into Farcaster, and you just want to tell users that you're there. This is an awesome way to do it. That hat looks good on you. So we've created a channel which reports all of the hat steals. So Caddi Finance, this is reporting that I stole the hat on alphafriends.com. And we can see earlier, 0x Jeff was using Polymarket. Someone from Canva said hi as well. That's using the chat. DPraz12 was using Across. I think it's the bridge. And then we had a few people like Yash Garg on Warpcast steal the hat, someone on X, Xerox Jeff again stole the hat on DBank and Coinbase. But this is a way for users. This is the lowest friction way we could think of, that users can basically send a bat signal to their followers, just broadcast the kind of cool things that they're doing, so people can discover, really cool apps around the Farcaster ecosystem, things that you've never heard of. Like, I don't even know what Owl2 Finance is. Someone was on Chain earlier and dBridge. But yeah, we'll create some profiles around it. So people can say, look, these are the top apps that I've been using. I've held the hat for this long. And we can create some really cool social kind of discovery and connect users to another user that, you might be similar in the apps that they use. And then we can have some really fun gamified mechanics. That's what we built for the base Onchain Summer Hackathon. We're pretty excited to take it further. This is not just the hackathon project. We just wanted to start it here, have a really fun game to onboard Farcaster users, as it's all linked to, we use like Naynar's API. We prevented against, we prevented against scammy users using the SDAC API. We, had an awesome time, building into Farcaster that frame as well, using the Frog framework. But yeah, we onboarded quite a few users and we're very excited to see people report on their on-chain activity. Awesome. Thanks, guys.